Hello, it's Thursday, May 7th, 2020, and I want to remember and share with you some information that I learned about my maternal grandmother, who I never met because she died before my mother was even married. My maternal grandmother's name was Susan Treanor Doeseckle, and she was born in County Monaghan in Ireland in, I think the year was 1877, in September of 1877. I'll try to get the file details in this video later on, but I learned all about her birth date and her marriage date. She married my maternal grandfather, William Doeseckle, in Ontario, Canada, Meriton, I think, or Lincoln, somewhere there. And that, too, I think, was in the late 19th century, because by then she had emigrated from Ireland to Canada, first to Canada, where she met my maternal grandfather, William Doeseckle, who was from his family originally from Switzerland, I believe. And then they emigrated from Ontario, Canada to Chicago, where they had already started their family, but they had 10 children. They lived on the south side of Chicago in Roseland, and but they did have a house in Homewood, where my sister lived for many, many years. And what I want to remember today, or memorialize, is the story that my mother always told me about when my grandmother died in Roseland. I think they were in Roseland. I don't remember the details, but she died at home, and she was only in her early 50s, but, one of those hardworking Irish women who worked until she dropped, raising children and all, and she died of, back then, my mother, it was called dropsy, but I think now it's described as congestive heart failure. Her heart just gave out. And I always remember my mother telling me that she was surrounded by, I don't know how many of her children or her husband, William, who survived her. And when she died at home, my mother remembers hearing a bird in the neighbor's flat next door or nearby, the bird started singing at the moment of my grandmother's passing. My mother told me that story frequently. I mean, I remember it in memory and all, and it's a lovely memory, the way she told it and all. And I remember my mom telling me that my grandmother's favorite song was an old Irish ballad popular in the day called Silver Threads Among the Gold. You can find a YouTube recording of it if you like. So those are some of the memories that I recall my mother sharing about my grandma Doeseckle, who I never met. But I also learned, since I've been living in Ireland, that she had 2 sisters and a brother, and they were all born in an area, a townland called Mullinderg. And today I got a Facebook post from somebody in the Treanor clan, because there's Treanors all over County Monaghan. They discovered the marriage certificate of my great-grandmother, Grandma Doeseckle's mother. Her name was Margaret McCaughey, who married Patrick Treanor in, I think the date, it's very hard to read, but I think it was 1867. Anyway, I'll post that as well. So there's some family history for you. Be fabulous.